This is Vinnie Moore.
Hi, this is Rick Allen from Def Leppard.
This is Mike Dean from Corrosion Conformity.
This is Spider from Power Man 5000.
Hey, this is Danny. And this is Sam. We're half of Greta Van Fleet. The important half.
Hey, what's up? I'm Nick Hexum from 311.
And I am Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down, and you are watching Rock Tight.
You know, we're at the mercy of technology here, but you know,
modern technology is also nothing for me.
You know, seriously. But everybody, like I said a little bit ago, we've got Udo and Sven Dirkschneider here, and we've got Peter Baltes, absolute heavy metal royalty. Of course, you know Udo and Peter from Accept and UDO, and here we are. I mean, we're celebrating, a 40-year tour coming up. I can't even believe it's 40 years. But Balls to the Wall Reloaded. Does it feel like that long for you guys, or was it just a blink of an eye?
Well, not in a way. Let's say no. You know, time is running really fast, and I mean, of course, it's a long time ago when we record the album in '83. But you know, all over the years, also I think Peter did the same. I mean, I was playing always like Accept songs, like also songs of the Board to the Wall album, from the Board to the Wall album. I mean, so now it's that's what we did with the Reloaded thing. I think. Give the whole thing a new touch. It's like with the guest singers, and that was the reason to do it then in the end.
So you just touching on Udo, and for everybody, again, we've got Balls to the Wall Reloaded coming out February 28th, 2025. Yes. Oh my gosh. And it's a collaboration with like a who's who of some of the greatest voices in metal. And a couple of them out there, everybody. A couple of them we have featured on the Rock Titan podcast a number of times. Tim the Ripper Owens, he's been on. And one of my favorites, Biff Byford from Saxon. Oh, my God. That collaboration you had with Biff, that was amazing. So now, was this all your idea, Udo, to do this collaboration with these artists? And did you pick them? Or Peter, did you have a hand in any of it? Or how did that happen?
No, both hands up. I'm not.
Okay.
No, I mean, the idea to do this is normally it was only planned to do a tour about the 40 years anniversary of Balls, Okay. So, but then on festivals, a lot of singers came up and said, "What you're doing for the 40 years of Balls of the Balls album?" And then we said, "Yeah, touring. Yeah, I would love to sing a song, of the Balls to the Wall album." So then it came step by step, and then in a way, we said, okay, can be interesting, And then we had to talk to the record company and so on. And then we was making up a list. Maybe who will be the guys or girls who can sing all this stuff, So, and then the rest was on my son. He did all the connection stuff. And right. Sven can tell you something about this.
Okay, so leaning on the next generation here, Sven. So how did this happen?
Of course.
We are too old for this, And it's like
a couple of them were pretty obvious when we heard the songs and when we listened to the songs and we thought who could sing what. Then some of these were instant, like Doro for Winter Dreams was a thing to do, Biff for London Leather Boys. It's London Leather Boys with Biff Byford, so that was a connection, and we could hear him sing that song very well. And then Michael Kiske for Losing More Than You've Ever Had, we could picture that totally. Joachim of Sabaton for Balls to the Wall. There were a couple of people who were pretty obvious. Then, of course, we had other people planned as well. But the whole thing is not that easy to coordinate. So, all of these guys are busy. They're touring, they're recording, whatnot, So we had to reach out and then see what's coming back. And luckily, we found someone for each song that fit into the time frame that we had for this record. And then it was the communication between the singers and me was pretty easy in the end. We said we want to have the whole song, which was very important for us. We didn't say, please sing the verse number 2, second sentence or whatever. We gave them the whole song and we said we want to hear your own version, which was very important to us as well. which I think in the end is the key point of this record, because every song now has a different character, a different atmosphere when it comes to the vocals, and it fits perfectly. So yeah, here and there were times where I thought, oh my God, how can we get this together in time? I mean, some people were, D. Snyder was moving houses in between, and he said, oh dude, I used to live there and I had my studio which I went to all the time, but now I'm completely different location. I don't know anyone. So he went in last second, recorded the song in 2 hours.
Wow.
It was amazing. I think the vocal performance on that song fits perfectly.
He was great.
And yeah, then there were other people who are self-contained. They have their own studio at home, and they said no problem at all, I can record it at home. So it was a tough operation, but I think we managed to get it all done very well, and we are very happy with all the versions that we have. And it's, yeah, it makes me pretty proud that we pulled this off. Yeah.
I would concur with that, Sven. I mean, that was really amazing. And with Doro, oh my gosh, she's so incredible. And that's someone that, Udo, I know you have, I mean, you've got a history with her. I mean, this isn't like the first time you two have ever, collaborated together. I mean, and you've toured with a lot of these musicians, I guess. So,
Oh yeah.
So to do Winter Dreams with her, and didn't a video just come out for that, if I'm not mistaken? Did an official music video come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how special was that?
Yeah, maybe we did a video for Winter Dreams together. I did this with Doro in what they call in English, South Tyrol or whatever.
Yeah, which is Austria, Italy area.
Austria, Italy. Of course, we need some snow, but in Germany there was no snow. So, I mean, yeah, and I think it's for me a very, very good video what we did. It's also, it fits together to the song, and yeah, I mean, I'm really happy, and especially Doro. I mean, she said, "Oh, this is the song I love so much from of the Walls to a Wall album." She was really into that. Yeah, and I mean, not only Doro, I think all the singers. There was not like, okay, come on, I do the song and that's it. They was really into it. They really want to do this, and that was also a really nice thing.
Yeah, no, it's special. Now, Peter, you've been quiet over there, so I want to direct something at you, because I think that this is something really, really special. I mean, there's not a lot of musicians, there's not a lot of bands that can say that they've been around, for 40 plus years. Certainly not with any level of success. I mean, you could probably count them on one hand, for a variety of reasons. How have you been able to put up with Udo all these years?
Well,
I mean that in a joking way. I'm
No,
being
no.
flattering, of course.
No, I understand. No, we've been old friends for a long time, and when now we joined together again, and
Yeah,
to me, it's like the ultimate homecoming.
right.
The homecoming game, and that's very nice. It's probably my last stand. So
No,
we're gonna
don't
go
say
out-
that.
No, meaning we're going to go out together. We're going to take this to the end. And
Okay.
nothing better than having an album like Balls to celebrate this. I've been with the band now for 2 years, and this came up, and it is an iconic album. It's an iconic riff. It's I saw a thing once. It was the 50 biggest riffs in metal and rock, and I think Balls was number 10. So
Wow, yeah.
that means something. It something was created that will stand the test of time, and we're just a little part of it. But it is something to be proud of, and for me, it was quite a challenge to play because I was very young when I recorded the album, and
Still young. What are you talking
here I am. Well, relatively, but here I'm doing it again, and I had to decide: do I play the updated version that I've been playing live for years, or do I copy what I did when I was a kid? So I decided to play the updated version because I'm comfortable with that, and but still was a little bit nervous, and we had to do all the background vocals, and it was going back in time, definitely going back in time.
Now, with the collaborative version of Balls to the Wall Reloaded coming out February 28th, everybody,
Yes.
how did you feel about that collaboration? Like working with all those different artists, hearing their vocals, in conjunction with Udo's. What'd you think of that?
interesting. I mean, that was also like important that they put their own character on each song,
Right, right.
So, and I mean, yeah, I mean, I really love it, to give the whole thing a fresh atmosphere, with together with all the guest singers. So, I mean, what can I say? I'm
Yeah.
happy, and
Yeah.
I'm really also surprised how some singers were singing the songs. I mean, it was really wow. It's like, for example, like "Losing More You Ever Had" of Michael Kiske. I mean, if you listen to the whole song, what he was singing, can be also a Halloween song, or like Biff of Saxon. And when you hear the whole thing, what he did, it's like can be also a Saxon song, But that's interesting, and yeah, I really like that, and I'm very, very happy with the result. I mean, so yeah. So what can I say? I'm really looking forward
Yeah.
what people say, and so far the reaction of the whole album is fantastic. And nobody really saying, "Whoa, what is this?" I mean, of course, if you touch an iconic album like Wall to the Wall. You have to be careful. But I think what we did with all the guest singers, that makes the whole thing now interesting. And also, I think the sound also is a little bit more modern, It's
Sure.
still the old touch, but I mean, of course, after 40 years, the technology in the studio is a little bit different now than it
Right.
was 40 years ago. And of course, the sound is more modern in a way, but still, it's the same atmosphere, I think.
Right. Now, Sven, I'm sure you've been asked this many, many times, but we've never spoken before. So, I got to know from you, because I can't imagine what it would be like to work with my dad. I love my dad. We have a good relationship and we have our things that we do together, but it's not like, being in a rock band, and making music to the level that you guys do. What's it like being your dad's drummer? What's it like working with him?
I mean, we've been doing this together now for 10 years. In March, it's going to be my 10th anniversary with the band, which is crazy when I look back. When I joined in 2015, I was like you guys in the studio back in the day. I was fucking
Yeah.
innocent. I just sat behind the
Hey!
drums and tried to keep up with everyone's level of playing music, and I was nervous as fuck. I mean, I would lie if I wasn't. So I had a big thing on my chest to yeah, step up to, and it was a big decision in my life as well. And I thought about it actually sometime before I told my dad that I would like to join the band. And for us, it developed over the years. I mean, in the beginning, it was not awkward, I would say, but he looked at me when he turned around and he looked at me during the show. He was like, "Is that really my son playing there? It can't be."
That's true.
And then, of course, we had to see on how it works out when we are on the road together for 2 or 3 months or whatever. But we became friends, sort of, and also we can catch up a lot of time that we didn't have when I was a kid, because my dad was on tour all the time, which was normal for me. I don't blame him for that. I'm very thankful that he did what he did, and always stayed true to himself and always followed his dreams. So I admire that a lot. But yeah, we had to see on how it works, and I think it turned out perfectly. I mean, we are doing basically everything together by now. We do the lyrics together when we write new music. We creating melodies. We run the business together,
That's
and
awesome.
stuff like that. And we spend a lot of time, as I just said, on the road as friends and going out, explore, and go eat and drink and whatever. So yeah, it's just a very, very good and fun time, and I think the whole atmosphere in the band is great, and the best that we've ever had since I joined. So I really enjoy it, and it's great.
That's awesome. Now, I think that's
Yeah,
so
but
cool.
I can only,
Yeah, no, go ahead, Udo.
yeah, I can say only one thing. I'm really proud of him, what he did and what he's doing at the moment. He's doing so many things, and that keeps away a lot of things of me. He's doing a lot of business stuff in the meanwhile, and a lot of things. He's around with technical stuff for touring and this and this, and so yeah, I'm really proud of him, and he's doing a really, really great job.
Now, I
Well,
think it's
thank
so cool that you guys have like a family business. This is a family business because if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, Udo, your family has a family business, but your brother heads that up. Is that correct?
Yeah, my brother was also having a band called Venice, and yeah, he was also quite a time on tour. And I mean, I remember when I had my own record company, so he was signed him with his band, put him on tour with Testament and all that stuff. So, but you know, the answer was always like, yeah, we got already the original. But I think my brother is one of the only guy is singing nearly in the same way what I do,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
and that
Wow.
was his problem. So
Right on, right on. Now, we were supposed to catch up, I think, like maybe a couple weeks ago. I know we were going to talk, and then the powers that be got back to me, and they're like, Scotty J, really sorry about this, but Dirkschneider suddenly got a call. They got 70,000 tons of metal that they got to go on. So, you guys did in fact go on a 70,000 tons cruise? Is that right?
Yep.
yeah.
we,
But
we got the call Monday night, and then we were in the plane on Wednesday.
That's what. And this was not planned. Like you guys didn't like. Did you
No.
have any heads up at all?
No, not at all. No. We got the offer last minute, and there was, yeah, we had to say yes or no if we want to do it, and it's an awesome journey and an awesome time on that boat, and a lot of German bands were there as well. So we knew quite a lot of people, and yeah, as I said, Monday night we had to decide yes or no, book flights, and go. I mean, only Peter could drive there.
yeah, lucky.
At the time, I was in my garden, and I was like moving 7,000 tons of dirt.
That's funny. So how much do they have to twist your arm to get you to go?
Not much. I mean, it's driving to Miami, parking lot, on the boat you go. It's just the first show was extremely stormy, man. It was really,
Oh yeah.
it was
Oh.
dark clouds, tremendous wind. You know, cymbals are moving and mic stands are moving. But you know, we muscled through. We're Germans. You know, we got a German tank as a singer. So what can go wrong?
So here we go. Yeah.
Right? There you go. I love it. I love it. So you got this tour. You got a tour that's going to be coming up, all European based, yeah? There's no American dates or anything like that, or United States based dates. Is this exclusively a European tour you're doing?
Not yet. We do at the moment the European tour, and then over the summer we do some festival stuff. But we are working on America and Canada at the moment, and also Japan, Australia, South America again. So that means there will be a long 40 years Balls anniversary tour.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, the fact that you're, celebrating, 40 years and you've got, Balls to the Wall Reloaded coming out. One of the things that I'm curious, and I guess Peter and Udo, this is more for you guys because there's a huge event that's going to be going on this summer, I believe, this July, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I might have already given it away. Maybe you know where I'm going with this. But someone who's got to be near and dear to your heart, that's Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath. I know they're getting to get last show. Any chance you guys are going to join that ticket? What are the odds of you playing that? Because it seems like you should be. It seems like you should be. You're certainly a fit for it. But I mean, you got to be in on that, no?
Yeah, but nobody was asking us to fly.
It's Sharon.
Okay.
Sharon is putting on the show. So she's calling the shots. But I think it's cool that they do one more last show. I think it's great. I heard KK is playing. KK is pretty.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Mrs. Osbourne, Sharon! All right? I'm appealing to you right now. You got to get Dirkschneider in this. I mean, it's so fitting. It needs to happen,
We did a tour in America in '84 with Ozzy, at the Bark at the Moon tour, right? And then I did with UDO a really long European tour with Ozzy. So that means, yeah, if somebody called us, so here we go. I'm in the plane and go to Birmingham.
Well, I'm appealing right now. This has to happen because, again, this could be the last time he ever does this. Hopefully he makes it to July. I mean, we're still projecting that far out. I mean, one of the
Yeah.
things I think that's wild, Udo, I mean, so you had Biff, collaborating on this album, London Leather Boys on that track, which, like you said, Peter, it was perfect. Or maybe I think maybe you said that, Sven. I mean, it really was a perfect fit. We almost lost Biff. I mean, he had some issues not too long ago. Thank God he's still with us, and he sounds amazing, and he's doing great. And I just remember, yeah, I remember when I caught up with him some years back in the States. They were on tour with UFO, and I got my friend Ryan Moore's, jamming with those guys. But so when we caught up, it wasn't real long since Lemmy had passed away. And I know that Biff and Lemmy were really, really good friends. And I just had asked him at that point, like, do you have any thoughts, that you've been doing this so long? How much longer do you think you've got in the tank? Do you have anything in mind? Do you think about your own mortality, that you've been doing this so long? And Biff, in his, gentlemanly way, he's just like, no. He's like, there's a bullet with everybody's name on it, and when the time comes, it kind of comes. Do you ever think about that, Peter? Udo? I mean, do you ever think about how much longer you want to go? Friends you've had, friends you've lost, stuff like that? Do you ever
of course. A lot of people was already asking me, what is your plans when you want to retire and all that stuff, I mean, no, I mean, I still have fun to do this, Okay, everything is working, my voice is working, I'm healthy, and everything is so far. I don't know, maybe I go over 80, hopefully, and then I'm still on stage. I mean, there will be definitely a point by yourselves, and then, I mean, you have to say then, okay, maybe that's it, you never know. But at the moment, definitely not. And Peter's still with me.
I believe the point is always that you have determined for yourself if you're still worth it, if you still can deliver the goods.
Yeah.
And if that's diminishing, then that's time to go. There's a lot of guys out there that don't see that point, and they keep pushing on, and then it becomes real sad. So, but we have a lot of gas in the tank. There's a lot of music still has to be written. We have to be there for Sven and the other two to guide them through the rest of this.
Yeah.
So no, it's just too much fun, to be quite honest. What else are we gonna do?
Right on. That's great news. So, I mean, are we talking about writing new music? Have you guys written any new music?
Oh, there are some ideas, definitely there already. So our plan is we want to start working on the UDO album, the next one, over the summer. And I mean, this Balls tour goes until 2026. Awesome. We know that already. And so that means that the only space we can work on a new UDO album. And then after the Balls tour, definitely we start again then with UDO. So that means, see, we are busy.
Awesome. So between now and the 28th, I know there's been like a couple official music videos that you guys have put out for Balls to the Wall Reloaded, everybody, February 28th. Are we looking at any other official music videos, or have you done anything else? Did you ever have a chance to shoot anything with anyone in collaboration?
No, at the moment it was only like they do the video of Winter Dreams with Doro.
Okay.
So okay. I think anyway, we don't have any time to do another video. Sure. I mean, next week we start rehearsing with the production and all that stuff. So we are busy.
Right on. Well, with that, I will let you guys get on because I could talk to you guys for hours. And Dankeschön for taking the time to spend with me. And everybody else, if you've enjoyed this podcast with Udo, Sven, and Peter, everybody as much as I know you've had to, please show us a little bit of love. Show Dirkschneider some love, go out and just check out the catalog of all the work these guys have ever done, even from their days with Accept and UDO. It's just absolutely incredible. And I am telling you right now, February 28th, you are in for a treat. Go out, Pre-order it.
Perfect.
I take it everybody can pre-order Balls to the Wall Reloaded right now. Is that
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
pre-order it now, because I'm telling you, it is awesome. You will enjoy it. I mean, the collaborations are absolutely insane. So,
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
yeah,
Thank
guys,
you.
thank you so much. Everybody,
You're
I'm
welcome.
Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan. We're out.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
gentlemen.